49ers mailbag coming your way, where I answer all of your questions right here on the 49ers Report. But first, if I don't answer one of your questions as part of our live show that we're recording here on Thursday, hit me up on Twitter at Chase_Senior, slide in my DMs, and I'll be sure to talk some Niners with you. This $20 super chat coming in from Hitman L. Please show this troll in the chat how the Niner gang does it, Chase. Hashtag Texas girls go home. There is a Dolphins fan in the chat on our live show. I'm pretty sure that's what you're referring to. And because of that $20 super chat, before we get out of here on our live show, we're going to have the new guys take some shots. Next chat coming in from Talent. Let's get to this question. I saw something from a few months ago about Joe Staley returning as a tight end. Do you think it's possible if we become thin with the tight end depth? I don't think Joe Staley's coming back to play tight end. He is actually on hand in Orange County as we speak as a 49ers assistant coach, just kind of helping things as a former player. He's not making a comeback as a tight end. If he does, we'll cover it right here on the channel. Billy Ritchie with this question. Do you think Sherman should do what Woodson did when he was in Green Bay? He was better as a safety later in his career. Yeah, Charles Woodson revived and rejuvenated his career by going from corner to safety. There's no question about it. But, I know Richard Sherman is a future Hall of Famer, and Charles Woodson already has the gold jacket. I'm not putting Sherm, though, in the category of Charles Woodson. He's one of the best defenders that we've seen in NFL history. So the idea, in theory, sounds good. I don't think Sherman would be able to make that position change as seamlessly as a guy like Charles Woodson. Harold Murillo, great show today. The updates are awesome. This show is on fire today. Thank you, Harold. We have about $45 in super chats on our live show. We've had more than 300 people watching us live. So make sure you subscribe, hit that red subscribe button down below. And also, if you want your 49ers questions answered during this mailbag, be sure to use the hashtag 49ers. That allows producer Marshall Green to see your questions. Gopher, he watches us every week. Win, lose, or tie, Niners till I die. I bleed red and gold. Anyone else? I'm pretty sure that everybody watching this video, live or not, agrees with you, Gopher. So, win, lose, or tie, Niners till I die. I'm sure a lot of people are agreeing with you on that one. This question from Billy Ritchie. Is Trent Williams' injury something to worry about? Anytime a massive human being like Trent Williams goes down with knee soreness, I think it's cause for a little bit of concern. I wouldn't be overly concerned if I'm the Niners. I think they're holding him out of practices simply because he doesn't need to practice or partake in the games because he is simply a future gold jacket guy, a future Hall of Famer who really doesn't need that many training camp reps. Matt Miller, do you think a Jimmy Garoppolo trade could still be in play? A few weeks ago, when Carson Wentz went down with that broken foot, I would have said yes, but a couple of things have changed. And so many people will respond to me saying this by saying, well, Chase, you've always said if Trey Lance was ready to play, he should play, and maybe they should trade Jimmy Garoppolo. You put together a list of Jimmy G trade destinations. Well, here's the thing. Context and information changes opinions. Trey Lance has so much ability, right? But he is raw, and he's barely played throughout college and obviously so far in his NFL career. And I don't think he's ready to play just yet, which is why I think you hold on to Jimmy Garoppolo. You start him, and then you just play Trey Lance whenever he's healthy. Whenever he's ready, excuse me. Will the Niners trade Jimmy Garoppolo? Type Y for yes, type N for no. That is the next question that we have for you. Start spamming the chat and let us know if you think the Niners should trade Jimmy G, just like that prior question. Dave Zobel Jr., what are your thoughts about Nsimba Webster? I thought he did some explosive things with the ball in his hands. I really do. He didn't get action until late in that game on Saturday against the Chiefs in that preseason opener, but Kyle Shanahan was impressed by him. I was impressed by him because he looked like he had some pop with the ball in his hands. And when guys like Jalen Hurd can't practice, when guys like Richie James are dropping balls, that allows Nsimba Webster to possibly crack the rotation. Ron Gallagher, what happened to Aaron Rodgers wanting out of Green Bay? Any possible trade to the 49ers? That's hilarious. Yeah, I don't think Aaron Rodgers is going to be traded by the Green Bay Packers. I don't think that's something that's going to come to fruition. I think now that he is reported to training camp, he's going to move ahead with Green Bay and play for the Packers this year. You're not going to give up Trey Lance and multiple first-round picks after all of the time that you've invested in those guys for Aaron Rodgers at this point. Ed Nesbit, do they cut Travis Benjamin? I think so. He hasn't really done anything of significance during training camp, and I think there are other receivers on the roster at the back end who are better than him. Nsimba Webster, Trent Sherfield, Jawan Jennings. I think those guys make the team ahead of a guy like Travis Benjamin. Dave the King, what up? What draft pick could the 49ers get for Jimmy G? If a team across the NFL was so desperate, maybe a second-round pick. But I'd say a middle-round pick, like a third, fourth, day 2, day 3 type of picks is what I think you could get back for Jimmy G. Now, if a team was like, hey, we need a quarterback so bad because we think that we can make the playoffs with this roster and maybe the coach is on the hot seat, so too is the GM, and they want to fork over a first-round pick because maybe they have another one, yeah, maybe they offer the Niners a first-round pick. But if that's not the case, I'm keeping Jimmy G. Z the Dark One, I'm going to say once again, Jimmy G, MVP. Z the Dark One, not only is your name catchy, but what you said, that's on fire, man. And if it ends up becoming true, I'm going to have to Venmo you like $5, $10 if Jimmy G is an MVP. So let's circle back after this upcoming season, and if Jimmy Garoppolo wins the NFL MVP, if he does, I'll Venmo you. That's a promise. New showtime for our live shows. For those of you watching live now or after the fact, the 49ers Report is going from Thursday at 6 o'clock Eastern to now Tuesday, 7 o'clock Eastern. We're changing around our programming schedule just a bit here at Chat Sports, so join us, 7 o'clock Eastern, 4 o'clock Pacific, every Tuesday, 49ers Report live right here on Chat Sports. Also, hit me up on Twitter at Chase_Senior. I hopped on board here at Chat Sports March 1st. I'm already in my 6th month at Chat Sports, which is crazy. I've been talking Niners here for a few months now. Love talking with the Niner gang. Be sure to hit me up. I'm not falling for this one. Y'all are crazy. I see the name, Ben Durover. You see what they did there? What's the 49ers' biggest need right now? Offensive line depth, defensive back depth. Those are the two, for sure, that are the biggest needs for the Niners. I was concerned about that offensive line depth going into the preseason game, and then everything became exacerbated with how terribly they played. So those are the two areas that I'm looking at. Another chat coming in from Pat PAHOMES. Hurd was out of practice again today. Is it going to be really hard for him to make the team? I think Jalen Hurd is going to get cut. And that could go a couple of different directions. You let him go, and then you put him on IR, and he doesn't take up a roster spot. Or you just part ways with a guy who you just have no faith in anymore with his ability to stay healthy because he hasn't taken one regular season snap since he got drafted in the 3rd round out of Baylor back in 2019. The physical ability is there. The skill set is certainly tantalizing. But if you can't get on the field for a single regular season snap in what could become 3 years because now he's out with knee tendonitis, I got to bring somebody else in there who's actually going to be able to give us some level of production. So I don't think Jalen Hurd is going to make the team. What do you think, though? Type 1 for yes, type 2 for no. Let me know if you think Jalen Hurd is going to crack this roster. Kyle Shanahan saying today, on Thursday, as we record this during our live show, that Jalen Hurd out the rest of the week with knee tendonitis, same knee where he tore that ACL last year, around a year ago this time. Not good news for the former 3rd-round pick. Billy Ritchie with another question. Jimmy looked really gun-shy in the red zone against the Chargers. Do you think the Niners keep an eye on his turnovers and make the changes to Lance? I'll continue to say this. I know it gets somewhat repetitive. If Trey Lance is ready to play, Trey Lance is going to play. Bottom line, hook, line, and sinker. That is it. Until Lance is ready, he's not going to play. So Jimmy G will be your starter as long as Trey Lance continues to develop. And when he's ready to play, he will play. $50 super chat because the Gingerbread Man's Trucking Adventures has super chatted us the bag today. $50 super chat, which means I'm going to have to shotgun a beer. Who is your favorite Niner of all time on defense and offense? Ronnie Lott on defense, and then Jerry Rice on offense. I've told this story a couple times, but when I was growing up, I popped in a VHS tape when I was falling in love with football, and it documented some off-season workouts for some of the best players in the NFL, one of them being Jerry Rice. And there was tape of him running through the desert hills of California in the 90-degree heat running hills. And for those who have run hills before, you know how damn hard that is. Jerry Rice was making it look easy as if he was running a 4-minute mile. Dude was built different, one of the GOATs, so is Ronnie Lott. Justin, fantasy football help. Who you drafting on your squad, Deebo or Aiyuk? I don't know if this is a hot take or not, but I think Brandon Aiyuk is a better all-around wide receiver than Deebo Samuel. I really do. I think Aiyuk, where you got him last year in the 20s of the first round, just going to be a straight-up steal. Another chat coming in from Gopher. Niners were looking fantastic at the joint practice with the Chargers today. Got to attend because it's 4 miles down the road from where I live. That's dope. So Gopher, our on-scene reporter for the 49ers Report on Chat Sports, on scene today, watching the Niners just tear it up against the Chargers. I did hear that Jimmy Garoppolo was dropping dimes. George Kittle has looked really good. The Kittle-Derwin James matchup, fantastic. Jason Verrett getting some good reps in against a guy like Keenan Allen. So, Gopher, if they look good, I'm taking your word for it. Coach Timo, Trent Williams likely not an injury to worry about from what I'm hearing. Chase will give his own perspective, but if Kyle's not worried, I'm not worried. Yeah, I said I'm really not worried about it. The only reason I am worried is because the dude is like 350 pounds. So when a 350-pound dude has knee soreness, I worry just a tad. I think he's going to be fine. Last question, Wet Noodle 187. 49ers going to the Sea Chickens game this weekend. Should I rock my new Niners jersey? Hell yeah. I don't know how those Seahawks fans operate, if they get frisky like some fans on the East Coast, but if you want to rep the squad, you can never be scared. So rock that Niners jersey and show the Sea Chickens what's good, Wet Noodle 187, and never display any fear, because you can't have fear.